You know, while I was sitting here, I thought I would, well, first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to the Spider Minimalist, Chris. He's another YouTube channel that's got a spider. His might be the same year as mine, it's the same color, 2020. Anyway, he does great videos. You should definitely check out the Spider Minimalist. Anyway, he did a video recently about whether or not the Can-Am Spyder is safe. And he kind of talks about the Spyder compared to other bikes and what kind of gear you should wear, and it's a good video all around. But it got me to thinking, just a week ago or so, I was riding with my wife, and we we took this really sharp turn. It wasn't a curve, it was like from a stop sign. You start and you take a really sharp, it's more than a 90-degree turn. And I'd done it lots of times before. I used to live over where this is. But I took the turn really sharp on purpose. I kind of wanted to get a feel for, with that much weight on the bike, what the Spyder would do, whether it would lift the front tire up or not if I took it sharp enough. So I took it really sharp, and absolutely, it took the inside tire off of the ground. But I got to tell you, it was really, really cool. The Spyder automatically adjusted pretty much right away. It adjusted something in the other, wheel that was down, and it dropped that inside tire for me basically right away. So it was fun. It wasn't scary. Even my wife afterwards, she made a comment about how she didn't like that I did that, but if I remember right, she said it really didn't scare her because the Spyder did it so quickly. So I thought that was really cool. That's just another example of some of the things the Can-Am Spyder does for you from a safety perspective, either on purpose or just by being a Spyder and a front two-wheel motorcycle, that other bikes don't do. Riding is always a risk. That's really what riding is. My attitude is riding is you deciding what level of risk you are comfortable with and still have fun. And that's what you go do. Everyone does their own thing. And that's really what dictates the kind of helmet you wear, whether you wear gloves or not, the kind of armor you might wear or not, the kind of motorcycle you ride, the way you ride, what mods you might do to your motorcycle for safety or other reasons. It's all just really a measure of risk. I moved to the Can-Am Spyder from my Harley Tri-Glide. I've done a lot of videos on that. I keep talking about it, but I did it more for comfort initially, and I'd never looked at Spyders before. I started to research this, I don't know, a year and a half ago or something like that. Boy, I got to tell you, it's just really nice. Not only is it so comfortable for me, and it's just a good fit for where I'm at physically, unfortunately, with some of the challenges I have, but it's a fun motorcycle to ride with the two front wheels rather than two back wheels. It absolutely rides differently. It's got power assisted steering. So when I'm going through curves, it can do a lot more in curves than I'm actually willing to try, at least so far. It feels wider, so I feel like I'm more visible on the road when cars are in front of me, like when cars are going to turn left in front of me, things like that. The headlights, both the bright and the normal in the front, are very visible, which makes me feel good. It's very stable. So I'm just really happy with my Can-Am Spyder. When I'm taking a turn, especially with Linda on the back, when I'm taking a tight, like for example, a tight left turn, the bike can tend to want to like lean out just because of the way the bike works. And so that's a feeling you have to get used to. Whereas, when you're riding a two-wheeler, you're leaning into the turn and you're counter steering, and you just don't have that feeling at all. So that takes a little getting used to, especially as you start to take curves faster and faster. There's things like the Baja Ron sway bar, which I keep talking about getting, and I have not put them on yet. I need to get them and put them on. But there's things like the Baja Ron sway bar, which is a replacement for the OEM sway bar, and it helps the bike be more upright when you're going through curves. It actually helps your steering as well. The steering it's very touchy when you first get a Can-Am Spyder. When you're used to other motorcycles, it's a totally different feeling. When you touch the handlebars, especially if you over hold your grips, if you grip too tight, the bike is very responsive to any input on the bars you give. So you have to learn very quickly to keep a looser grip on the bars. Otherwise, the bike is going to go exactly where you want it to go. And sometimes it's a little quicker than you want to do until you get used to it. So anyway, those are just some quick comments about safety on the Can-Am Spyder while I'm waiting to do this Blips coffee run down to the West Bottoms. I feel like it's safe. So, sometimes I wear a half helmet, sometimes I wear a full face helmet. It just depends on the ride and the weather and the wind and where I'm going, who I'm riding with, and how I feel. I know, just like everyone else does, that half helmets are not near as safe as a full face helmet. But that's just the level of risk that I'm willing to take at certain times. So anyway, thanks for letting me wax poetic there for a minute about the Can-Am safety while I'm waiting to start this ride. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the content that I'm bringing. I try to bring a lot of different kinds of content, rides that we do, stories, things that happen on these rides, people I meet, things about the Can-Am Spyder, things about other motorcycles I've had. I just kind of do honestly what I feel like doing, things I feel like I want to share because I feel like hopefully there's value in it. If you agree, I'd love you to like any of those videos. Subscribing would be great. When you subscribe and like those videos, it helps other people with similar interests find and watch those same videos. Most importantly, I love your comments. I get a lot of really great comments on the videos. And that's what's really fun, is hearing what other people have to think and have to say, and learning things from what people post and what their experiences have been. It's just really fun. That's it. Hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. Have fun out there and ride safe.